It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Ackerson Field at Hopewell Valley High School, this is the Trentonian pregame show on the WBCB Sports Network. This Colonial Valley Conference boys soccer semifinal match between Robbinsville and Notre Dame is brought to you by the following sponsors: Holdeman Ford Subaru, Capital Health Systems, New Jersey Education Association, Riviera Restaurant, Team Toyota, Italian People's Bakery, Hamilton Township Education Association, Hyundai of Trenton, the Hamilton Township Animal Shelter, the Trentonian, and the Hamilton Township Division of Health. Hello, everyone. A very pleasant good evening to you all. Alongside Rich Fisher, I'm Andrew Myers for semifinal number 2 of the inaugural CVC Boys Soccer Tournament. We saw Princeton triumph over Steiner in the 2-3 matchup earlier this evening, a 2-0 win for Princeton. They've booked their ticket into the championship. And now it's the number 1 seeded Robbinsville Ravens, 15-0-2, 5th ranked team in the NJ.com top 20, and the undefeated Robbinsville Ravens taking on the 4th seeded Notre Dame Irish. This should be a very exciting matchup between these two teams who are familiar with each other, and not much between these two teams with 15 wins coming into the contest. Should be an exciting one.
Well, coaches are certainly familiar with each other.
Yes.
We have what is now the 9th Fish Bowl tonight between the Fisher brothers. Brian Fisher, the head coach of Notre Dame, and his younger brother Jeff heads up top-seeded Robbinsville. And I'm going to say this is actually the first official Fish Bowl because this is the first one I've ever covered. So you throw a third fish into the stew, and it's a big-time Fish Bowl. But Brian and the Irish gained the measure in the first 6 meetings between the brothers, but Jeff and the Ravens have won the last 2, including a 3-2 victory on September 24th, and that was a pretty wild game. Notre Dame had much of the play. They led 2-1 with 2 minutes to go, and then they were called for a foul, and Robbinsville scored on a free kick, then got the golden goal 1 minute into overtime, so that was really a gut punch for the Irish. And I would expect this game to be just as tight. There's no secrets between the teams. They know, the brothers know what each other are doing. And I think despite the seeds and the fact that Robbinsville is undefeated, I think Notre Dame, and I could be wrong, may have a little more advantage. Because I think the Irish have a more veteran team, and a lot of these Ravens regulars, maybe they're seniors, but they're getting their first real taste of high school tournament play as regulars. But they did handle their first test with a 2-1 win over West Windsor Plainsboro South, and they had a bye in the first round. The Irish look like a team on the mission in this tournament. They beat Nottingham 8-1 and Hopewell Valley 3-1. And as we mentioned in the first game, that 3-1 margin was the largest margin of victory by any team in the quarterfinals. Both of these teams play similar styles. They both like to possess. The Ravens will try and counter quickly sometimes by going over the top when the opportunity arises. Notre Dame's high-flying attack has scored 89 goals this year. The Irish, they look for senior Will Lynch, who leads the area in goals with 28. But then you got Luco, Ercolano, Landon Hainish, and Tyler Javik can also find the back of the net. They've combined for 29 goals. So with a guy like Will Lynch, you got to make sure you defend by committee because one guy just can't handle him. But, when you have a guy that's crafty as him, he'll find spots around that field and he'll hide and then all of a sudden, pop up. But it's hard to put all your focus on them because you got those other 3 guys who can all score. So Notre Dame's a tough team to defend. And they can also defend. They've got 11 shutouts, and they've only allowed 17 goals. Now, the big difference, Robbinsville scored 38 less goals than Notre Dame, but they're also outstanding at defending. They've only allowed 9 goals, which I think is the lowest total of any of these 4 teams in the semifinals.
Correct. Lowest total in the CVC this year.
Yeah, and they have 10 shutouts. Their engine is Nick Grippa, 18 goals and 7 assists. Grippa was always he came up through the ranks as a center midfielder and attacking guy, and they played him back last year due to injury, and he did an outstanding job. But other guys filled in this year, and he moved back up, and he's been the man. But again, like Notre Dame, if the Irish could shut him down, Robbinsville has some other scorers, as Ethan Pagani and Mitchell Shapiro combined for 22 goals. So you got to be pretty honest when you're defending against teams like this. Granted, Notre Dame or Robbinsville is not the offensive threat that Notre Dame is, but you can't leave some of these guys uncovered. They could wreak havoc. And then again, sometimes in a game like this, when a lesser-known guy can get a key goal, you can never tell. Both teams have had strong goalkeeping. I think basically it's going to come down to both teams. Each team's going to have to be patient with the ball, and when they get the opportunity, make the most of it.
A tight contest between these two teams in the regular season, a 3-2 overtime win for Robbinsville back on September 24th. And it'll probably be another tight matchup here with the spot in the CVC championship game coming up on Saturday up for grabs. Today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, and would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our students the best of luck this school term. We are proud to support you. This message brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association. The Italian People's Bakery is proud to support high school sports on the WBCB Sports Network. Visit them at their signature location at 63 Butler Street for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by to smell that homemade bread made daily, or have them cater your next party or affair. Italian People's Bakery, located on 63 Butler Street, is the place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoon and the finest dessert trays for your special get-together. Visit them once again at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Trentonian, for your complete local and national news 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. It's the best offense in the CVC against the best defense in the CVC. Coming up, Robbinsville and Notre Dame kickoff in moments right here on the WBCB Sports Network.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are number one in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, Call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford Subaru or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Red October is back, and so is our new Toyota inventory, with in-demand popular models arriving monthly, like the all-new Grand Highlander and Sequoia, or reliable classics like the RAV4 and Camry. And with no markups above MSRP in our Teammate Rewards program, you can see for yourself why our home team advantage is so important. Shop online at teamtoyota.net or visit one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Broadcast on the WBCB Sports Network is brought to you by the Notre Dame High School and also Jammer Doors and Windows. Jammer Doors and Windows is a 4th-generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Rainier garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors, and windows, sales, service, and installation. And Jammer Doors and Windows does their own installation using no subcontractors, which means fair prices and more pride in their work, both residential and commercial sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Avenue, Business Route 1, Lawrenceville. Their Yardley showroom in the Great Gristmill at 10 North Main Street is open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. That's 215-493-7709. Jammer Doors and Windows. Alongside Rich Fisher, I'm Andrew Myers. Thanks for tuning in to the WBCB Sports Network for semifinal number 2 of the CVC Boys Soccer Tournament. Notre Dame and Robbinsville again set to kick off.
And Andrew, you're going to have to tell me, you're going to be my eyes on these Robbinsville guys because these numbers are
some tough numbers here.
Impossible to see.
As Notre Dame kicks off, Notre Dame will be wearing their white jerseys with the navy blue sleeves and navy shorts, moving left to right. Robbinsville in their red jerseys with the black sleeves and the black shorts and the black numbers on the back of their jerseys that are tough to see, as Fish said. Early opportunity here for Notre Dame. Here's a chance on a cross. It's blocked by a defender and then rolls out of play. And are we going to get our first corner here? No, it's going to be a free kick.
And the big news is, while we have Makai Gundy back for his second game of the night behind the camera, we have Elena Taggart producing her first ever game under the watchful eye of Gus Barber, who handled the first game. So 2 days in a row, I'm getting first-time producers. We had Ava Fife do a great job the other day, Steiner Lawrence, and now we have Elena, who I'm sure will do the same great job.
Some very fine additions to our WBCB crew here. Robbinsville trying to get it. It's picked up there by Landon Hainish. Chance here for Notre Dame. Hainish barreling through. He goes down the box. Looked like more of a slip, though.
Yeah.
Robbinsville picks up. He'll try to clear it away. Knocked forward and then off a body. Ethan Pagani is trying to clear that away. It'll be a throw for Robbinsville. It's a battle of the brothers, as Fish pointed out at the top of the show. Jeff Fisher, the head coach for Robbinsville. This one crossed in for Notre Dame, and a chance. Bodies go flying toward the goal mouth. It's going to be a corner kick. Coming off his line was Brody Kaplan. I can't make out which Irish player was there. I think it's Will Lynch, wearing those padded pink cleats, wearing the number 11. But Jeff Fisher, head coach of Robbinsville. Brian Fisher, his brother, head coach of Notre Dame.
Yeah, both played for West Windsor Plainsboro South. Jeff played for...
Crossed in, off the post! And picked up by Brody Kaplan. Another big chance. Notre Dame really putting the pressure on here in the first 2 minutes and change.
Jeff played for Charlie Inverso, our halftime guest at Mercer County.
That's Coach Inverso. Nice enough to join us for some halftime analysis of our first game between Princeton and Steiner. He'll join us again at halftime here for Robbinsville and Notre Dame.
Yeah, I saw Wayne Sutcliffe down there between games, and he just loves to see what Ryan Walsh has done with his team. And Wayne wishes that they still had the preps in this tournament. Oh, look out.
Chance for Robbinsville is slicing through. The defense was Nico Matthews. One back, though, by Notre Dame. They'll punch it forward. Coming way off his line and out of the box is Brody Kaplan, and we'll see that go out of play as Hainish was giving chase. Two solid keepers between the posts today. Brody Kaplan for Robbinsville, 96 saves and just 9 goals allowed in 17 games. The best defense in the CVC Robbinsville has.
Kaplan starred big time in the Ravens' run to the state final last year in the state tournament.
On the other side for Notre Dame, it's Anthony Merloose, the sophomore, 87 saves in 20 games. Career high 10 saves and a 1-0 win against Garfield. Garfield, of course, the squad that defeated Robbinsville in the Group 4 title game last year.
I'll tell you what, Robbinsville lost a ton of players from that team last year. Mm-hmm. They lost about 7 or 8 starters.
Over 85% of their goals from last year were seniors.
And here they are, back undefeated in the semifinals. I mean, what a job Jeff Fisher has done.
Good win back for the Irish. Pushing it forward. Notre Dame has had most of the momentum to start things off. Here's Landon Hainish with a shot from about 30 yards out. It's deflected. Punch back into the box, and Will Lynch with a whiff on that one.
Yeah, just couldn't get a foot on it. Lynch was right in front. That ball was a foot closer. That would have been big-time trouble for Robbinsville.
Will Lynch, the catalyst for this Notre Dame squad, the senior. CVC leading 28 goals coming into this game. He's 4th in the state of NJ with those 28 goals.
Yep. Really nice kid. Ben Salem product. Grew up over across the bridge.
A race and a battle for it in the far corner. A foul called on the Ravens.
Actually across the bridge from here, but on the same side of the bridge, considering where WBCB is located.
That one out of play. A throw for Robbinsville. Ravens undefeated, 15 wins, 2 ties.
Give us your stat on Notre Dame there, pal.
Yeah, Notre Dame, they're 15-5, and they have not tied a game since October 12th of 2017. Here's a chance for the Irish here. A shot just over the bar. Not testing Kaplan. Can't make out who it was, but a chance for Notre Dame. And yeah, to finish that thought, just a crazy stat that doesn't really mean so much, I guess. But last tie coming 7 years ago for Notre Dame. If you look on their NJ.com, past seasons, they do have 2 ties from last year, but those were both shootout victories for them in in tournament play. So
yeah, but I don't know if they count as victories or if they go down as ties and they're just you advanced on the shootout.
Yeah,
I don't know what the official, because I had a coach, I think it was the Allentown coach, corrected me last year when I said they had 2 losses, and he said, no, we count them as ties because they were shootouts. So I don't know.
Chance here for Will Lynch now. Gets through one defender. Lynch in the middle of the park. Defender goes down. He finds Hainish. Good touch from Hainish as he'll play it back and try to let play develop. And now coming back in to join the party is Tyler Javik. Javik with a right-footed shot. Kaplan can't handle it, but a good job from his defender to get it back into Kaplan's hands.
Smoke that ball.
Ravens defense, bend don't break here in the first 7 minutes, so Notre Dame really putting the pressure on the Ravens. Something's got to give here, Fish. Best offense in the CVC with 89 goals from Notre Dame, and best defense with Robbinsville's 9 goals allowed this year.
Yeah, it's the classic battle, right? Mm-hmm. Offense versus defense.
It's been all Notre Dame to this point so far. Still very early. Here's a header. Not much on that one from Will Lynch. Kaplan able to collect, and Robbinsville keeper continues to stay busy early on.
And I mean, like I said, a lot of veterans on this Notre Dame team. I think they were frustrated last year. I think this is something that they really want this year.
Go ahead, take the space.
Good knock ahead into space, but nobody there. As that was Max Goldberg trying to find a teammate, and now picking up for Notre Dame is Tyler Javik. Javik plays it back to Will Lynch. Lynch crosses it in and over a leaping teammate. Hainish was in the middle of the field. Looks like that was Luigi Baricelli trying to get to it.
And by the way, Marco Parisi back in the starting lineup for Robbinsville. He's been out since, what was it, September?
Yeah, the second game of the season. He had an assist in their first game, and then he's missed every game up until this point. Parisi, the senior, had a goal last year, and he's a key figure in this midfield for...
Yeah, Jeff Fisher thinks his presence is going to help a lot.
Parisi getting the start today, wearing the number 10. Some pressure put on there from Nicholas Grippa. Notre Dame sticks with it. Robbinsville really has been unable to keep possession for lapses of time here.
Yeah, no, they really haven't possessed it all.
Just about 10 minutes into this contest, scoreless between Robbinsville and Notre Dame. Winner will take on Princeton in Saturday's CVC boys soccer title game.
I mean, Robbinsville is a little bit like Steinert in that they can defend, but they have better scorers than Steinert has.
Yes.
They can hold their own in a 3-2 game, something like that.
Will Lynch now looking for a shooting lane. Good step in from a Ravens defender, and they'll try to break out. Launch forward by Nico Smith. Racing forward is Grippa, but beating him to it and knocking it clear is Anthony Merloose. Good read from the Notre Dame keeper.
Oh, yeah. Grippa put it in another gear there to run onto that.
Yeah, we talked about Archie Smith for Princeton, his acceleration and his ability to be elusive on the snap of a finger. And Nicholas Grippa showing off the jets there, trying to get that ball, but Merloose beats him to it.
Yeah, Grippa has been the man this year for the Ravens.
Attempted cross here, but crashing into the fence is a Ravens player, and it goes out of play for a goal kick.
Grippa and Nico Matthews, a very strong defender back there for Robbinsville.
Nicholas Grippa, second in the CVC with 18 goals this year, 7 assists as well.
Yeah, so we got the top 2 scorers in the conference in this game.
Yep. Will Lynch for Notre Dame, Nicholas Grippa for Robbinsville. Big player, too, for the Ravens is Mitchell Shapiro, 12 goals, 16 assists. Those assists are second in the CVC. The whistle goes here.
I was starting to say before, I saw Wayne Sutcliffe, the former Princeton coach, between games, and Wayne, he doesn't like the fact that the prep schools aren't playing in this tournament, despite the fact that Pennington has won every tournament between now and 2014, except when them and Princeton tied and shared the title in 17. But
this one launched forward. Flag goes up.
okay.
Offside anyway.
Yeah. Well, what Wayne was proposing, and really doesn't matter because he's not involved anymore, but he said let Pennington play, but not with all the international players. I mean, they have kids from around the world on Pennington, and that they've been able to dominate. He said let them play, but just play with the kids from the United States. They've kept post grads out of the tournament, but some of those kids that Pennington gets from some of those other countries are better than a post grad. But Princeton was the last non-public school to win the Mercer County tournament outright in 2014.
Robbinsville trying to unlock the Notre Dame defense. Notre Dame standing tall. The Irish again trying to pick up something offensively. Here's Tyler Javik on the near side. Gets around one defender. Good step in front, though. And a win from Max Goldberg. Moving forward now for Robbinsville. Justin Schreier. Knocked out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Ravens. Nico Matthews in the middle of the park. Staves off Lynch. Finds a teammate. Some space opening up for the Ravens on the far side. And a good win back there from Leo Daniels. Knocks that out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Notre Dame in front of their bench. The Irish 15-5 in the fourth season under Brian Fisher. 17 and 16 wins for the Irish in their last two seasons, so approaching that number again. It was tough going for Notre Dame in the playoffs last year. They had a 6-0 loss to Pennington in the MCT quarters and then a 4-0 quarterfinal loss to Pingree in the South Jersey Non-Public A tournament. Looking for a change of fortunes here in the CVC tourney are the Irish.
It's the best time of year, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Playoff time.
I love this. You get some great games.
Some tension, some drama. Great crowds.
Yeah.
Awesome crowd here. We talked about the crowd for the Princeton Steiner game earlier today, the 5 o'clock start, but now this one, 7 o'clock start. Looks like a little more people are here than the first game, but both crowds very solid and into the game as well.
Yep.
Love to see that. Feeds into the atmosphere of the game. Here's a chance for Notre Dame. Left-footed shot off the crossbar from Will Lynch. He chases it again, and that one's going to go out of play. Man, they are really threatening.
Yep.
Notre Dame. That one crashes off the post from Will Lynch.
Get no closer than that.
And Brody Kaplan in this Robbinsville defense getting no breaks. Notre Dame keeps putting the pressure on. They get it back again. Here's Will Lynch. Lynch loses it, goes down. Foul's called.
Yeah, but both sides of the field, too. They had Javik sent one low to the ground from the right side here, and then Lynch on the left flank let one rip.
Great spot for a shot here for Notre Dame. Of course, it's going to be Will Lynch on it. 28 goals on the season for the senior. And he's lining up. Knocking in with his right foot. Will Lynch, will it be a shot? It will, and it goes well over the bar.
3 points.
Doesn't test Kaplan there. Ravens getting the lone bye in the CVC tourney. 15 teams in the tournament. Robbinsville, the top seed, getting that first round bye. They had a 2-1 win against West Windsor Plainsboro South in the quarterfinal. This one back and forth, trying to find Lynch in the middle of the field. Stepping in is Javik, and now a shot off a volley is Hainish, and that goes well over the bar. Five straight wins for the Ravens. They've outscored opponents 10-3 in that span. 3 shutouts in there as well. Just 2 ties, or I should say 2 non-wins for the Ravens this year. 15 wins, 2 ties, no losses. Those ties, a 1-1 draw against Steiner, and then a scoreless tie against Burlington Township.
Oh, nice chip.
Chance here, and a good chip into the box looking for Nico Matthews. Unable to get to it, though. Battle forward on the far side, and it goes out for a Notre Dame throw. Irish player goes down. It'll be a Notre Dame free kick now.
You talk about how Robbinsville defends, but if Notre Dame keeps up this offensive pressure, keeps the ball in the attacking third, that's just as good as defending. Attacking, you don't let them even counter and bring the ball upfield.
This one a good ball played in, goes toward the far post, but nobody there to threaten for Notre Dame, and it'll roll out for a goal kick. Robbinsville with back-to-back wins in this matchup. Had the 3-2 overtime win earlier this year. Then last September, another 3-2 win for the Ravens. Notre Dame before that, well, they had Robbinsville's number. Undefeated in at least 18 straight games going all the way back to 2010. 16 wins in that stretch for Notre Dame. Flag goes up here. Not happy with it is Landon Hainish. In terms of postseason matchups between these two teams, MCT semifinal matchup in 2022, a 3-1 win for Notre Dame. Ball picked up in the middle of the field. Good touch by Nick Angelino.
The Fishbowl started when Brian Fisher was at West Windsor South, and then it continued when he came over to Notre Dame. Jeff haven't been at Robbinsville since 2018.
Good move through from Nico Matthews. Plays it forward to Mitchell Shapiro, but knocked off the ball by Notre Dame defender. Irish will now try to regroup. Some circus moves there to keep the ball at his feet. And now it's knocked forward by Arcolano, but too much for him. Big throw there from Brody Kaplan. Picked up in the middle of the field by Luigi Baricelli.
Did you watch Brody Kaplan in warm-ups?
I did not get a big glance at him, no.
He was making some hellacious saves on shots.
It's been tested early here. Another Irish player goes down. No call from the ref. It's just picked up by Kaplan. Halfway through this first half in this CVC semifinal. No score between the top-seeded Robbinsville Ravens and the fourth-seeded Notre Dame Irish. Winner will meet the number 2 seed Princeton Tigers in Saturday's title game. We'll, of course, have that for you right here on the WBCB Sports Network. A 2 p.m. start for Saturday's title game.
Yep, and we will have the 5 p.m. final. Allentown against number 1 seed Hopewell Valley for the girls' championship.
Yep, some nice back-to-back championship action on Saturday. Unfortunately, we'll be unable to join you, Fish, for that one. I'll be on another call for us. West Ewing football, 2 o'clock start for that one as well.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll be at Nottingham Steinert earlier that morning, so I'll probably just be babbling by the third game.
Busy schedules.
Yep.
Chris Lewis wins that one for Mo, and this one knocked right toward us near our window. Good stop by Fan there.
Elena making an effort for that ball.
She was ready for it. She was going to protect us and the equipment.
We need it. Yeah, I think she's more worried about the equipment than us.
Yeah. That one knocked away.
Nice toss by the Fan, right to the ball boy.
It'll be a throw in for Robbinsville deep into the corner. Justin Schreier will take it. Launches it into the box, headed away by the Irish. Nico Matthews picks up for Robbinsville. Matthews trying to work some footwork here. One back, and he comes back with a tackle from behind. Whistle goes. As Tyler Javik is the Notre Dame player fouled.
Well, this is a heck of a crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, not a lot of empty seats here in these near bleachers. Pretty much the entire fence is covered up by spectators.
Yeah.
Will Lynch trying to pick up here. Good win back defensively for the Ravens. And now a body in there, shoulder to shoulder. It's Will Burden as he crashes into Tyler Javik. Javik, who just was knocked into at the other end of the field about 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Finds himself on the ground again.
Yeah, he's enjoying his time on the ground.
Javik, a key figure for this Notre Dame team. A lot of it's Will Lynch and Luca Urcolano, who leads the CVC with 17 assists. But Tyler Javik, a big part of this team. 9 goals, 8 assists coming into this game. Working a lot on this right side is Javik.
Yeah, you're not gonna succeed when you just have one offensive player. You need complementary pieces, and Notre Dame's got really good complementary pieces that would be stars on other teams. Notre Dame has.
Yeah, Notre Dame with 4 players with at least 9 goals.
One more with 7.
4 other players with at least 4 assists. A lot of goal contributors on this Notre Dame squad.
Yeah. 89 goals.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goals.
You're going to figure to have a lot. Right-footed shot here. It bounces up on Kaplan, but a good job of him to collect it with some pressure coming up on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that wasn't an easy. That was a short hop he had to grab, and sometimes that could sort of ricochet off your shins or something like that.
A race for it now as Kaplan tries to get to it, and Hainish giving chase, and the Robbinsville keeper wins it back. Kaplan had 6 saves against Notre Dame last year. Season high 9 saves this year. And he has 7 saves in each of his last 2 games, so he's been busy.
Nico Matthews, is he just tying his shoe or what's going on?
Yeah, it looks like it. Doesn't look like an injury or any sort of discomfort.
Shoe might have come off.
Yeah.
Clock's still moving.
Well, reset. Matthews finds it at his feet again. He rifles it forward. Battle for it in the middle of the park. Will Lynch is back for it, and he gets through a defender and finds some space. Will Lynch will give off a shot here, and not much on it. It's well wide, not testing Kaplan.
You could tell Lynch had shot on his mind the whole time.
Looks like he lost his shin guard in the process as well.
Jeez, Notre Dame needs equipment checks before they come into these games. Oh, wait, that was Matthews that had the shoe off. Never mind.
Chris Lewis picks up in the middle of the field for Robbinsville. They'll play it back.
Let's go!
Ravens still looking for their first real chance offensively. Haven't been able to test anything or lose too much.
Now, if you look at my scorebook here, Andrew, you'll see all the writing is underneath the Notre Dame side.
Blank. It's blank.
Yeah, it's blank.
For Robbinsville. One back by Matthews here. He's been sort of a motor for the Ravens in this game so far. Cross back into the middle of the park. Picked up by Justin Schreier. Now a beautiful through ball into Chris Lewis. A chance for Robbinsville. Lewis will take it back outside. Knocks it out to Mitchell Shapiro. Shapiro to the top of the box. 2 Notre Dame defenders right there to win it back, but Robbinsville keeps possession for a moment. Still with it is Schreier. And then stepping in and knocking it out is Caden O'Rourke. It'll stay with Robbinsville. Throw into Nico Matthews, and Matthews with the shot is deflected. Or more so a cross than a shot, really. And one back up top. Here's Antonio Mandrucci. Plays it to the corner. Good pickup by Will Lynch. Tries to get around one defender. Will Lynch with one man to beat. A shot on frame, and Kaplan handles it.
Boy, Lynch just made something out of nothing there.
Yeah.
He was getting taken to the outside by the defender and just stayed with it and launched it. Forced Kaplan to have to make the save.
Michael Hope, the sophomore defender, was the one on Lynch's back. Able to force him into an awkward enough angle where Kaplan was able to get to it. But you never want to see Will Lynch get any sort of space there up top.
No.
Finds the ball back again. Plays it toward the far corner, but it's intercepted by Robbinsville. On the far side now for the Ravens. Trying to find an offensive opportunity. They try to play it through as Ethan Pagani was making a run in the middle, but intercepted by Notre Dame. Knocked forward here into space. And Mandrucci giving chase, but it'll roll out of play. "12 minutes left to go in this first half. Still scoreless between Robbinsville and Notre Dame. Don't forget, if you missed any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Your complete local and national news 7 days a week is the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. Heavy touch there defensively from Chase Palumbo, but he's able to knock it away just in time before a Robbinsville player got there. Now there's Nico Matthews picking up. Matthews to Grippa, and Grippa loses it. This one played across, switching the fields, or at least attempting to, was Notre Dame. Knocked ahead. Here's Will Lynch. Will Lynch looking for a shooting lane on the edge of the box now. He'll cross it in. Hands go up. They call for a handball, but it's out of play for a corner regardless.
Yeah, they were trying to get Schreier on a handball there. Schreier real quick whipping his hands behind his back. I don't know. Sometimes that might be assumed as a sign of guilt.
Right. Referees wave it off, though. It'll be a corner for Notre Dame. Approaching 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Plenty of action, but most of it's been in Notre Dame's offensive half. Irish looking more likely to score. This one crossed in, headed toward frame, and Kaplan, what a save at the far post. And who else? Again, it was Lynch.
Wow.
Fantastic save for the Ravens keeper.
Who hit that corner kick?
I didn't see who was the one who knocked it in, but it was Lynch on the end of it, putting it on frame, and Kaplan standing tall. Played back to Anthony Merloose now, Kaplan's goalkeeping counterpart.
Kaplan is he's the real deal, man. He comes up so big in these high-pressure games.
Senior keeper trying to wind down his Robbinsville career with a little more hardware. And Drucci loses that one. He's a right-footed shot on frame, or just close to the frame, and read nicely by Kaplan as he watches it go by past the post. Notre Dame's offense clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, just can't finish it.
Kaplan will take his time here, give his team a breather as we got some subs coming on.
Yeah, we're at 9 minutes, and this game has pretty much been played entirely in the offense in Robbinsville's end of the field.
Yeah, gotta say that Notre Dame's had the bulk of the possession here. Picked up by Ercolano. Ercolano trying to make his way through the Robbinsville defense, but standing tall and winning it back as a Raven defender. Now picking it up is Shapiro. Knocks it forward to Matthews, who tries a back heel flick forward. Stepping up is Palumbo, though, and then knocking it clear is Riley Miracola. Notre Dame will reset here offensively. Ercolano looking for a teammate. Finds Hainish. Hainish plays it across. Here's Tyler Javik. Back inside. Trying to get around a defender was Ercolano, but it's won back by Robbinsville. Mitchell Shapiro trying to knock it forward. It'll stay in play off the deflection. Good step in from a Ravens defender. And again, it was Grippa trying to win it back. It goes all the way near the far side, and unable to keep it in is Robbinsville. It'll be a throw-in for Notre Dame. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Still scoreless between Notre Dame and Robbinsville.
This is one of those games where it's you start to get that uneasy feeling if you're Notre Dame, like you're dominating, and then one bad break goes against you.
This one into the box. Javik was there about the 6-yard line there, but unable to get a foot on it. And yeah, Fish, you and I were on the call for the Steiner Notre Dame game a couple of weeks ago, and that's kind of what the game was. It was Notre Dame dominating for most of it, and then Steiner picking up that goal in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, although the Notre Dame wasn't dominating as bad as they are in this one.
Yeah.
This is really...
Got to give the Irish credit here.
Yeah.
But you also got to give the Ravens credit for standing tall defensively.
Well, from what I heard, I mean, Notre Dame had much of the play against Robbinsville the first time they played, or it's just that bad, that foul and that free kick at the end. Oh, look out.
Will Lynch trying to get around a defender. It's a friendly deflection. Will Lynch with just a keeper to beat. It's a shot and a save from Brody Kaplan. Wow. Oh, the Robbinsville keeper continues to stand on his head. Wow.
Yep, came out at the last minute. Lynch was coming in. He had to come out. If he'd have given Lynch the room to shoot there, I think Lynch would have measured it up, but he came out and cut down that angle.
A good job by Kaplan there to block off the corners. It was a friendly bounce for Lynch off a defender, but Kaplan able to keep the ball out of the net.
Well, it's safe to say Kaplan is the reason that it's still a scoreless game.
Yeah, just a monster first half for the Ravens keeper. Still work to do for him, though, with 6 minutes left to go. Robbinsville trying for something. Matthews punches it forward. Giving chase is Grippa. Grippa with one guy to beat, and it's a good job defensively from Chase Palumbo. And he just has to play it out for a corner, and it'll be Robbinsville's chance off a set piece here.
Come on, Ravens!
See if the Ravens can do something. I'll give you $100 if you can tell me who's taking the corner kick.
I tried my hardest to see that number, but... Taken short here, and a miscommunication as Nico Matthews didn't get to the spot. Robbinsville plays it back in on the ground, but it's cleared away by Notre Dame. And Irish will flush out of their box. Picked up here by Schreier along the sideline here, and it's knocked out of play. Under 5 to go in this first half. Alongside Rich Fisher, I'm Andrew Myers. Thanks for joining us on the WBCB Sports Network. Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament semifinal. Scoreless between Robbinsville and Notre Dame as we approach halftime. That'll be a Robbinsville throw-in. Shapiro with a couple defenders on his back loses it, but will stay in Robbinsville's possession.
Here I am, getting my exercise again.
This might be a bigger battle than the game. It's Fish versus the corner post here in our booth.
Well, you got to take part in the fish bowl if you're a fish.
Lynch picks up here. Defender right there. Good job by Justin Schreier. He'll pick it up again here for Robbinsville. Stepping up is Tyler Javik, and he'll knock it forward for Lynch. Robbinsville defender is there. They'll giving chase to try to keep it in. He was unable to do so. Yes, that's Will Burden on the back line there. Lynch with it again. Cross from Lynch. Off a Robbinsville head. Still free in the box. Cleared away by the Ravens. Landon Hainish now trying to get to it. Falls to Tyler Javik. A left-footed shot is blocked. Still up for grabs.
I think Robbinsville fell asleep there, leaving Lynch alone on that right side. You give him space and he'll do something with it.
Irish player goes down in the box. That's Jace Palumbo. Picked up by Robbinsville. Good step there from Chris Lewis. Back to Nico Matthews. Good shield off there from the defender. That was Luigi Baricelli. And the whistle goes. It'll be a Robbinsville free kick. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. And don't forget, folks, to join us at halftime is former Rider and Mercer County Community College head coach Charlie Inverso will join us. He'll join Fish, I should say. I'll take a breather and let you take over the main duties here, Fish.
Yeah, you need a breather.
I feel like I'm calling a hockey game right now with how much I'm talking.
I know.
This one knocked in toward the head of Chris Lewis, but cleared away by Notre Dame. Good play back and then forward for Will Lynch. There's been a lot of that for Notre Dame today. Still looking for their first goal. Will Lynch goes from right to left on his own. They'll play it back to Baricelli and they'll switch fields. And again, we'll attempt to switch it back to the far side. Lynch picks it up outside the box. Loses footing as the defender steps in. And that's going to roll out of play, and they will give a corner for Notre Dame under 2 to go.
Tell you what, I haven't seen all the goalies in the CVC this year, but I don't know if there's a better one than Brody Kaplan. There certainly isn't of the goalies I've seen play. I mean, you're looking at a game here with the top offensive player against arguably the top goalie. You got to love these kind of battles.
This one crossed in again. It's Kaplan coming up through a sea of bodies.
Yep.
Picking that ball up. Great job by the Ravens keeper. And now Robbinsville will try to break out. Approaching the final minute of the first half. Good step in and clearance away. That's Riley Miracola for Notre Dame. Throw taken quickly by Robbinsville. Under a minute left to go in this first half. Can the Ravens find a late goal here? Honeywood switches the fields to the far side. Crossing off a left foot. Unable to get to it. Cleared away by Notre Dame. Still with Robbinsville, though. And then a good win back and knocked forward for Will Lynch. A good step in front defensively. Ravens are calling for a deflection, but referee says Notre Dame ball. Under 30 seconds left to go. Potential last chance here for the Irish in the first half. Will Lynch toward the corner. Right-footed cross at the top of the box. Cleared away. Not very far, though. Picked up by Javik. He knocks it toward the corner. Trying to pick up there is Nick Angelino. Still trouble as the buzzer goes. One last chance into the hands of Brody Kaplan. And that'll do it for an exhilarating first half between Robbinsville and Notre Dame. No goals, Fish, but a lot of action on both sides.
Both sides?
At least toward the end of the half there.
I would say the action was Notre Dame's offensive attack, and Brody Kaplan would be the action for the Robbinsville side. Entertaining, yeah, definitely entertaining. A lot of stuff went on, but Notre Dame did everything but score, and we're going to get Charlie Inverso's opinion on it. Do we have to take a break, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, we can throw a quick break real quick and then come back on for Charlie at halftime.
All right.
Here between Robbinsville and Notre Dame. Scoreless here in the CVC Boys Soccer Semifinal. Stick with us.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford Subaru or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
We are back at Ackerson Field in Hopewell. Scoreless game so far between Robbinsville and Notre Dame. Top-seeded Robbinsville and fourth-seeded Notre Dame. And pretty exciting first half if you're a Notre Dame fan. And if you're a Robbinsville fan who likes good goalie play. And Charlie Inverso, once again, our guest. Chaz, your thoughts on that first half?
You know, I actually thought it was a well-played game. There's a lot of chance. I mean, there's a lot of possession in the midfield. And Notre Dame, clearly, when first observation, you see that they look a lot older and more mature, physically more mature. The Robbinsville kids hung in there, though. And I'm really impressed with their ability to put passes together. I think this is going to be a one-goal game, and I think this one could go down to the wire. And I think it's probably going to be decided by a special moment. Now, that special moment could either be a spectacular effort on the attacking end, or unfortunately, maybe a mistake in the back.
Right. Yeah. And it could come from a lesser-known player, not one of the big scorers, but. You give Robbinsville credit, but boy, Brody Kaplan, what a job he did in keeping this a scoreless game. He made about 2 or 3 outstanding saves, and you know Brody really well.
Brody's my neighbor.
He's your neighbor.
Lives 5 houses down. I saw his dad walking the dogs this morning.
Yeah, well, what can you say about the way he plays the game?
Yeah, it's great. I'll tell you what, the last save that he made, that was textbook. Because he had a good starting point, and then what he did was he read the long touch. I mean, when the Notre Dame player touched the ball a little bit too far, got a little bit off his foot, that's when he made his move, and he just spread. And he's not a big guy, but he made the most of the body that he has, and that's a game-changing save right there.
Yeah, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he was making diving saves out of the air just in warm-ups.
Yeah.
So he came ready to play. On the other side of the field, you got Will Lynch. This kid's really putting it all out there, and he's just been, frustrated a few times by Kaplan. And what can you say about him as an offensive talent?
Yeah, no, he's quick. He's quick, and he could be the difference maker up there. Robbinsville's got to make sure that he doesn't make runs in behind, because he's got a lot of pace, as they say.
Yeah, and he can be on any side of the field. He's not limited. He's wreaking havoc from the left, from the right, from the center. I mean, That's what good scorers do, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And clearly he's had a great season this year. But I think the longer this stays, scoreless, I think the odds start to filter a little bit in towards Robbinsville.
Mm-hmm. We were saying the same thing. It's you dominate a game, you don't get anything, and all of a sudden a bad break or a missed kick or some kind of set piece, and all of a sudden, boom, you're behind despite dominating. That's soccer. That's no secret.
and that's what happened in the first game. I mean, in the second half, Notre Dame was the better team, and then they conceded a foul, late. Really late in the match. Robbinsville converted, and then Robbinsville jumped on it right away, scored a great goal in sudden death. And as I remember, Notre Dame missed a chance. it was a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and the player just tried to like lift it up over the goalkeeper, and he beat him, and it just went wide. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean that's. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think you're right. It's going to come down to one goal, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes overtime, because pretty much every game I go to is overtime.
Yeah.
But
this has a real Fisher theme.
Doesn't
it really
it, though?
does.
Yeah.
Two brothers and the color analyst.
Well, speaking of them, I mean, you're good friends with them both. Jeff, you had as a player, you didn't coach Brian Fish, right?
I did not, no.
Yeah, you coached Jeff, and what can you say about the job that he has done with this program? Because, look, they got to the state finals with 2 straight years with a pretty good nucleus. That nucleus was gone.
Yeah.
A couple guys back, couple of key players back. Undefeated, top seed. What can you say about what Jeff has done with this program?
Yeah, I mean, both of them, they're just quality guys. You know what I mean? And Jeff Fish. Yeah, you really got to tip your hat to him. I also tip my hat to the Robbinsville Soccer Association for producing these players that come up to the varsity level. But Fish has them playing good. He has them. They're a fun team to watch.
Yep.
And they're young. You just tell physically. I haven't looked at the roster to see what the class breakdown is, but you can just tell by watching that they're young, but they really have good ideas out there. I'm really impressed with the ideas they have, how they can find each other out on the field.
Right. I think I have a pretty strong junior class. And, I talked to Nick Grippa before the season started, and he was saying, look, we've been waiting our turn because we me and a couple other guys, he named a few other guys, they had great success at the travel level and championships they won, and people don't realize that when you start to get a real good program going, there's never a big fallout because you got good guys that just were waiting their chance.
Yeah, no, they really do have a good culture and a great tradition. And then listen, Notre Dame on the other side. I mean, Fish just does a great job, whether it's lacrosse or whether it's boys soccer. I mean, he just does a great job with any team that he coaches. And Notre Dame's got a great soccer tradition, always has.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking to Wayne Sutcliffe, you and I, between games, and he was talking about he doesn't like that the prep schools aren't in this tournament anymore. And he brought up an interesting point about if you want to keep the preps in, just say you can't have international players play. I don't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it that it's a CVC tournament, but clearly Pennington, who dominated this, it brought us some real spice to the game. I mean, I was at the final last year watching them play Princeton, and there was some real juice in that game, that part's missing. It's a shame.
Well, we got
it's a great tournament. I'm like, unless you want me doing play-by-play.
Nah, we better get Andrew back.
I don't think you want Andrew. Here we go.
All right, Chaz.
See you, Fish.
Thanks so much, and we'll see what Danny Donegan says about us this time.
No comment.
No, I didn't think so.
Charlie, thank you.
See you guys.
See you, Chaz.
There you go.
Welcome back, buddy.
Second half underway here, just in time, Fish, just in time.
Charlie was trying to steal your job. I know how he operates.
Hey, he can hang on for a little bit. I'll take another breather.
You'll never get your job back. It'll be Lou Gehrig, Wally Pipp all over again.
Notre Dame here. Again, early on with a corner, just 30 seconds into the second half. No score between Notre Dame and Robbinsville. Winner takes on Princeton in the CVC title game on Saturday afternoon. In-swinger toward the spot. Racing in was Lynch. Still in the box. It's Baricelli with a shot, but the flag is up. It won't count. Offside.
Yeah, it's just offside, yep.
Baricelli raced in there.
Was it Hainish, I think, got a head on it.
Yeah.
Baricelli just jumped a little ahead, and Tough break for the Irish.
But again, Notre Dame opening up here in the second half, putting pressure on the Robbinsville defense. Best defense in the CVC.
It was Roccolano with the header, I think.
Just 9 goals allowed this year for Robbinsville in their first 17 games plus a half. Played across there, good play from Landon Hainish. Ercolano switches the fields. Left-footed cross across the goal, and it'll bounce out of play for a goal kick. Brody Kaplan, and you can't talk enough about his first half performance in net for Robbinsville.
Absolutely, you cannot.
96 saves coming into this game. He's well over 100 in the first half.
Let me see if I can tally him up. 1, 2, 6 saves in that first half. And a couple of that one ball go off the post.
Chris Lewis trying to feed his teammates up top. Nick Grippa will pick up. Grippa will play it back. Good step in there from Bustamante. And it'll go out for a Notre Dame throw. Nick Angelino working on Grippa. Plays it in. Bustamante for the Irish now. Cutting it back inside. Notre Dame continues to push the objective offensively. Cleared away by Robbinsville. One back again, though, by Notre Dame. Played forward by Felipe Samuel. Robbinsville knocks this one ahead now. A good flick on for Chris Lewis. Chris Lewis a one-on-one with the defender. Lewis still battling here. And a shot from Lewis, more of a cross. Doesn't go on frame. Nobody there for him. 3 Notre Dame defenders in the box. That's all that was with the keeper.
There was one Notre Dame guy, but he was kind of trailing the play a little bit. He was trying to get up into the play. He just couldn't get there in time.
Robbinsville sticks with it, at least for now. When Notre Dame able to win it back, it's Will Lynch coming back from the top of the formation. Knocks it ahead to Landon Hainish. Picked up again here by Ercolano. And another win back for the Irish. Lynch back to Ercolano. Good 1-2 connection between them. CVC leader in goals, Will Lynch, and the CVC leader in assists, Luca Ercolano. Here's Baricelli now. Right-footed cross from Baricelli. Cleared back out to the top of the box. Left-footed shot from Hainish is blocked. Will Lynch with a shot. He rifles it into the back of the net. Oh, what a goal from Will Lynch. And finally, for the Irish, a breakthrough.
Wow. Ball came out of just bopping around in there, and Lynch just picked it out of the air. One touch, a rifle shot into the upper left, and wow. I mean, that shot had to, if you were talking about a launch angle off the foot, that had to be 165 million miles an hour.
An absolute bullet off the right foot of Will Lynch, his 29th goal of the season. Make it 52 for him in his Notre Dame career. And you knew it was coming, Fish. Notre Dame just kept on pounding, kept on knocking at the door, and finally, it doesn't matter how good Brody Kaplan's been tonight, no keeper on the planet saving that one.
No, nobody was stopping that one. And, when Lynch is in the box like that and he has the ball at his foot and just any kind of space at all to get a shot off, that's going to be a result.
So the first goal goes to the Notre Dame Irish. Robbinsville now trying to find an equalizer. Across is cleared away by Notre Dame.
Robbinsville reacting like that was a wake-up call.
Yeah, for sure. And this one back into the box. Still a chance. Grippa trying to get the ball at his feet, but it's cleared away. Robbinsville now a good response right after the goal. Will Lynch now picking up for Notre Dame. Lynch working on Marco Parisi. Parisi wins that battle as Lynch is taken off his feet. Irish regain possession here.
second exercise corner, as I like to call it.
Knocked forward. Baricelli regains for Notre Dame. Robbinsville players up top starting to put more pressure, though. This one across to Will Lynch. Lynch with a good touch back inside. He gets past one defender. Still with the ball at his feet. Will Lynch trying to find a shooting lane. He crosses it now, and it's deflected off a defender. It'll be a Notre Dame corner.
Will Lynch is just playing like a man possessed.
Yeah, we saw Archie Smith in the first game for Princeton kind of do that. He didn't get on the score sheet for Princeton. Will Lynch scored this goal for Notre Dame, but very similar playing styles here, just picking up the ball at their feet and weaving in and out of defenders, trying to find any sort of space. And even the most minimal of spaces is enough for them.
Yep. 4 goals now for Lynch in the CVCT.
Top of the box, still threatening here. Bustamante puts it back in. It's a good turnoff from Hainish. Shot saved by Kaplan, cleared away by Matthews. Good save there by the Ravens keeper.
All Hainish could do is just all he could do is just react to that, Kaplan. It was just like it was boom, boom.
Bustamante back on it for Princeton. Tries to feed it back into the middle of the field. It's cleared away by the Ravens. Only as far as Nick Angelino, though. And that one back by the Ravens, and they're trying to develop a counterattack. They'll switch to the near side of the field. Here's Nicholas Grippa, their key man. And Grippa loses that one. Good step from Jace Palumbo. Racing forward, body shoulder to shoulder there. That's Layden Hainish. Not happy with the call there. He'll get a talking to from the ref. No card, though, I believe.
Referee Sean Gardner animated as he stalks to him.
It'll be a free kick for Robbinsville just inside their offensive half. Max Goldberg will take it. Cleared away by the Irish, and they'll try to break out. Will Lynch. Near side here, plenty of space for Angelino. Nice 1-2 between him and Ercolano.
You know, they just gave they gave Angelino just way too much room coming up the side. They just gave him a free run all the way up the field to get into the attacking zone.
It's about the easiest 25, 30 yards he'll travel all game.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he was out on his own just kicking the ball around till he got it deep into the zone.
No harm, no foul for Robbinsville there. Notre Dame tries to keep it. Lynch on the far side. Defender off his back. He'll win a throw in for Notre Dame. Irish coming into this game on a 3-game win streak. They had 5 wins in their last 6 including that 1-0 loss to Notre Dame. It's the only loss in that 6-game span. 20 goals scored during this 3-game win streak for Notre Dame.
What was their last loss, Steiner?
Yes, 1-0 loss to Steiner.
So that's looking like the way this is shaping up. That's looking like the good luck charm to have your last loss be against Steiner.
Yes,
Princeton got the win, and since Will Lynch was held scoreless in that game, he's exploded for 7 goals in the last. Oh,
Lynch another chance there.
I think a defender. Did a defender?
Yeah, I don't think that was Kaplan. It looked like it was going toward Kaplan's foot. Cleared away by a defender. It'll be a Notre Dame corner regardless. Will Lynch again finding the right spot. Surely he'll be the target here on this corner. Rifle it in, and it's actually going to go out of play. Missed opportunity there for Notre Dame. 10 minutes into this second half. 1-0 lead for Notre Dame. An early second half goal from Will Lynch. 29th goal of the season for the Notre Dame Talisman. Robbinsville now creating a bit of an opportunity on their own, looking for Grippa, but a little too heavy, and it finds the feet of Anthony Merloose. And Robbinsville got to get Grippa involved here. 18 goals on the year, second behind Will Lynch in the CVC. This one knocked ahead. Lynch off his chest, but won back by the Ravens. Nico Matthews in the middle of the park. Now picked up by Marco Parisi. Haynish trying to switch the fields for Notre Dame, but it's intercepted. And again, stepping in front is Will Lynch, and Lynch is going to take an audacious shot there. Well over the bar.
Audacious, that's a good way of putting it.
Notre Dame continuing to do a fantastic job on both sides of the ball, putting pressure on Robbinsville when they have the ball at their feet. Battle forward on the far side, right in front of the linesman. He calls a foul. Toward the corner for the Irish. Bodies collide. Robbinsville picks up again. This one in their box. Nice job of staying patient and getting it cleared. Switch the fields here to the near side. Knocked forward, looking for Grippa. Good step in from Palumbo. This one played toward the corner. Haynish trying to get around a defender. Good job staying tall defensively. It's Will Burden for Robbinsville.
Yeah, Burden did a nice job of bottling him up in there.
And Burden's able to escape, gets through one defender, and then knocked forward out for a goal kick. Nick Angelino on the end of that one for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is just solid at every level. Up front, the midfield, the back. Every guy is just doing what they have to do.
Yeah, a very well-oiled machine for Notre Dame. Now 90 goals on the year, 17 goals allowed. They've not allowed multiple goals in any of their last 6 games coming into this contest.
You wonder how they lost 5 games.
Yeah, right. 3-1 win over Hopewell Valley in the quarterfinal of this tournament. 8-0 win, or excuse me, an 8-1 win against Nottingham in the first round for Notre Dame. Javik plays it back. That pass intercepted for a moment, picked back up by Ercolano. Ercolano now with a right-footed cross, looking for Lynch. Lynch can't get to it. Cleared away by Robbinsville, only as far as Baricelli, though. Baricelli looking for a shooting lane. Knocks it back in front. And a Robbinsville player able to get to it. Now Nico Matthews picks up in the middle of the park. Lynch on his back.
Yeah, Lynch going all the way to the back. He is.
And he wins it back. Will Lynch all over the field.
Will Lynch playing like a fullback now.
Robbinsville throw right here in midfield. It'll be Leo Daniels to take it. Long one into the middle of the park. Played ahead. Grippa gives chase, but it's won back by Notre Dame. I think, Fish, what makes Notre Dame so great, especially in this game, is just a lot of their players are really good with the ball at their feet in tight spaces.
Yes.
Robbinsville's been putting pressure on here after the goal, but
Robbinsville's got some guys that are good too, but they're just not able to do it. I mean, I think the Irish are just, I don't know, they're just one step ahead. They're winning their battles. It just seems like they're coming in waves at Robbinsville.
Ravens trying to find Matthews up near the edge of the box. And it's been a lot of that for Robbinsville, just knocking it forward, trying to find Grippa up top or Nico Matthews. But Notre Dame's able to do a nice job defensively of keeping it off. Here's Will Lynch now. Never know when he's going to rifle off a shot. Cuts back inside. Will Lynch gives it up. Edge of the box here for Ercolano. Ercolano. Cross to goal mouth. Nobody there. It's cleared away by Robbinsville. Knocked back in, looking for Baricelli, but Robbinsville wins it back. And then right back to Notre Dame. Seems like the Irish have bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
And then a foul goes there for Robbinsville, as Marco Parisi's called.
And Robbinsville, you're just expending so much energy just trying to constantly defend.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of potential, outbreak scenarios and counterattacks for Robbinsville when Notre Dame does a nice job getting bodies back, and Robbinsville, like you just mentioned, just too tired on the defensive end to get more bodies forward.
Yeah, it wears you down.
Crossed into the box, cleared away by the Ravens. And they'll try to pick up here on another counterattack. Knocked forward, Matthews gives chase on the far side. Friendly touch there, and now Matthews is racing in toward the box. Nico Matthews with a cross to the top of the box, nobody there. As racing in was Nicholas Grippa.
Yeah, Grippa got in too deep. But, he should have. He thought it was going to be a cross. He didn't realize the cross would go back out that far, but he didn't have an angle to cross it in front.
Robbinsville wins it back. Undefeated Ravens trailing 1-0 Notre Dame. Alongside Rich Fisher, I'm Andrew Myers. CVC semifinal matchup. Good pass into space for Nico Matthews.
There you go.
Now Grippa with it. Grippa with a left-footed shot on frame, handled nicely by Merloose.
That's I think the first save Merloose has had to make.
And Notre Dame keeper hasn't been tested much in this one. Had 5 saves against Robbinsville in their regular season matchup. 87 saves in 20 games coming into this contest for Merloose. 11 shutouts on the year.
I see his team with Baricelli and Merloose, and makes me think of eating pasta and drinking wine.
That wouldn't be a bad meal right now, Fish.
Merloose is sort of a offshoot of Merlot.
Baricelli picks up in the middle of the field. Good switching there as he finds Angelino with some space. Tries to find Lynch, but a good step in.
It's like they just don't even want to cover Angelino. He just, every time he has the ball at his feet, he just seems to just keep going ahead.
Couple of giveaways from both sides there. Played forward, good touch by the Ravens. It's Shapiro over there. Matthews now with it. Nico Matthews in the middle of the field. Lynch comes back. Good move by Matthews. Still with the ball at his feet, Nico Matthews, and finally he loses it.
Well, Matthews couldn't take on everybody. He did what he could, but there were just too many guys rotating in on him.
Notre Dame doing a great job of crashing down on the player with the ball at his feet. Played forward to the corner now. Landon Hainish trying to get a cross in. Deflected. Another one through. A chance now and a shot. And it's 2! It's 2 for Notre Dame! Tyler Javik with the Cole Palmer icy celebration there as he comes over to the Notre Dame patrons. And the Irish all business here. 2-0, they lead it.
What a shot. You didn't see who gave him that ball, did you?
No, I thought it might have been Lynch. Or actually, it was Landon Hainish out on the far side. Landon Hainish picking up.
Well, we saw Javik early in the game hit one from an angle from the right side. Not that deep of an angle, but man, that's a huge goal right there.
Hainish will come off after the assist, his 14th of the year.
I saw Elena clapping over here. Are you a Notre Dame alumni? No. You just like goals?
For the love of the game, Fish. She's here for the competition.
The love of the game. The love of the goal.
2-0 lead for Notre Dame. Who could have expected this? The undefeated 5th-ranked Robbinsville Ravens down 2-0. Still time for Robbinsville to get back into it, though. Matthews to Grippa. Grippa with a right-footed cross. Off a defender. It'll go out of play. Corner kick for Robbinsville. Tyler Javik with his 10th goal of the year.
That's a big one. That's a real big one. You double that lead now, and once again we're playing with that dangerous 2-goal lead we talked about in the first game, but I don't think Brian Fisher will give it back.
2-goal lead held for Princeton in that first game.
Sure did.
See if the same goes for Notre Dame here. Clock ticks under the 20-minute mark. More than halfway through the second half. Both goals coming in the second half for Notre Dame. This one across. And a shot, a header, another cross here. Nico Matthews getting up for it, but it's over his head. Ravens keep possession on the far side.
One thing about Robbinsville, they don't panic. They keep playing. And
here's Mr. Shapiro trying to find a shooting lane. Back out top now, and another opportunity missed for Robbinsville as that one's well over the bar.
I mean, you and I saw the game against Steinert this year where it was 1-0 with under 2 to go. The Ravens tied it. So they're going to keep going till the end.
Yeah, you'd be foolish to count out a 15-0-2 team in any sort of scenario.
That's absolutely right.
But it's been all Notre Dame to this point. They've picked their chances. They've taken advantage.
But the Ravens really have to start pressuring a little bit here.
Knocked forward looking for Nico Matthews. Coming out as Merloose. Oh. Bodies collide. No call there as Matthews goes down in the box.
Yeah, what was that? Matthews and Merloose collided?
Yeah. Merloose coming off his line there. Robbinsville bench is unhappy with the no call. It's Matthews still kind of laboring there, just getting out of the box now.
Merloose, that was I mean, that's what you got to do. Come out, be aggressive. You don't want to give Nico Matthews a chance to just catch up to that ball and have a wide open shot.
Yeah, Matthews, the junior, been all over the field, starting in the midfield. Now he's up top for Robbinsville. 2 goals, 3 assists for Matthews.
He's a very good defender.
Ravens on the far side, trying to work a play. Cleared out by Notre Dame, but won back by the Ravens. Robbinsville on the near side. Nicholas Grippa, their leading scorer, hasn't done much today. Knocked forward in a counterattack opportunity for Notre Dame. Ercolano weaving into space. Cuts it back in front, looking for, I believe that's Mandrucci. Too heavy for him, though, and it's picked up by Kaplan. Got to be a frustrating game for Brody Kaplan and that for the Ravens. Stood on his head in the first half.
Yeah.
Offense couldn't get much going, and now he finds himself down 2-0 with 2 mistakes. Or really, he couldn't even call them mistakes. The Lynch goal was an absolute rocket.
Yeah. No, they were unstoppable goals.
And then Javik's goal was from about 8 yards out, right in front of the goal mouth, and no defender in front of him. Tough chance for any sort of keeper. Foul in the middle of the park here. So it'll be a free kick for Robbinsville as a Raven down. Clock continues to roll here.
Clock keeps running.
And now they are going to finally stop it.
Yep. Who's down?
I didn't get the number for the Robbinsville player that's down. Looks like he's just getting stretched out, though. I don't think it's going to be a sub situation, at least right now. There are going to be a couple subs coming on, though, 1 for each squad. Today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Division of Health. Hamilton Township Division of Health offers a variety of free services to keep you and your community healthy. It is important for everyone to stay up to date on recommended vaccines. Whether you or a loved one need an annual flu shot, a COVID-19 vaccine, or a pneumonia shot, Hamilton's Division of Health is ready to help. Are you or a loved one homebound? The division's caring nurses will bring your vaccine to you. Visit them at hamiltonnj.com/health for more information, services, upcoming clinics, and eligibility. Free kick for Robbinsville here. 16:10 left on the clock. They trail it 2-0. Looks like Pagani's over it.
Pagani.
Yep. 5-man wall being set up here for Notre Dame. And now we have a Robbinsville Raven on the end of that wall as well. Breaks off into 3 now for Notre Dame. Setting up for either a left-footed cross or shot. Here's Pagani. Lofts it in. Off the back of a player. Matthews is there, and stepping up to knock it away is Merloose. It'll be a Robbinsville corner. Ravens with some urgency here, trying to find a breakthrough and make this a 1-goal game.
This will only be the second corner of the game for Robbinsville. See what they can do with it.
In-swinger toward the goal, and it's going to go into the side netting. Missed opportunity for Robbinsville. Notre Dame Irish staring down a berth in the CVC championship game on Saturday against Princeton. Would be a big-time upset here over the undefeated Robbinsville Ravens. Still 15 minutes and some change for Robbinsville to get back into it. Palumbo works around a pair of Ravens. Jace Palumbo still with it here on the near side. Good slide in, 1. And then holding his muscle, it looks like. His hamstring. Marco Parisi will stay on for now. Miscommunication there between two Ravens, and picked up again by Mandrucci. One back by Robbinsville. Trying to find Matthews. A good step in from Ercolano. Ercolano looking for space. Luca Ercolano for Notre Dame. On the edge of the box now. Cross it back up top for Will Lynch, who was setting up a one-timer. Ravens defender gets back into it. Still on the foot of Lynch. Lynch still with the ball at his feet. This is crazy. And then finally, he's getting back down into the corner here.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable footwork here from Will Lynch.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he puts his hands on his head there as ball goes out off him, according to the referee.
Well, that was fun to watch, even though it led to nothing.
Will Lynch just showing off his soccer IQ there, not forcing anything.
Nope. Eating up some time.
Miscommunication there as Leo Daniels was trying to find Chris Lewis. And now Palumbo knocks it away and gives it up for Robbinsville. Change now for the Ravens. So Nicholas Grippo re-enters the game.
What is happening down there?
It's really just bodies flying back and forth on each other trying to get the ball.
Yeah, deep in the corner. View blocked again. These near corners for us are tough to see. Well, for me.
It'll be a throw in the far corner now for Notre Dame.
You're a little more energetic, standing up, leaning forward. I don't think I'm a good role model for you.
Oh, Fish, you told me plenty. Right and wrong.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Ravens trying to make something out of nothing here in very unfamiliar territory. Down 2-0 late, staring down their first loss of the season.
Here it comes. Lewis is going to take he's going to be one on 5.
Gets through one, gets through another, and he's got to be fouled. That's really the only way you can stop him.
Yep. There were 5 guys back, and he got through 2. Had 3 more that were going to try to stop him. Got taken down. Oh, my.
It'll be a free kick for Notre Dame. Clock stops with 11:54 to go. This one will be from about 30 yards out. Ravens setting up a wall here. That's definitely not 10 yards, I was going to say.
Nah.
Referee not even going to walk him out. He's just going to say step back because I know that's not 10 yards. Lynch and Ercolano over it. Two catalysts for this Notre Dame offense. Will Lynch scoring right now the game-winning goal if things stand. Tyler Javlik with the second one for Notre Dame, both in the second half. Here's Lynch now with a shot, and it goes toward the bottom right corner, but Kaplan read it all the way, and it wasn't on frame anyway. It goes wide. Under 12 on the clock. It's another change for Robbinsville. And for the Ravens, if things stand, this will be their first loss since that Group 4 state title game against Garfield last fall.
Yep, Group 3.
Group 3, yes, Thank you.
Princeton Group 4.
And the Ravens, of course, moving up to Group 2 this year. They're currently second in the Central Jersey Group 2 rankings behind Cinnaminson. Very tight race coming into today. Robbinsville is 21.13 power points to Cinnaminson's 21.647.
And Princeton's still 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, the 4 semifinalists, 4 different groups. Because so many times you worry about a tournament like this where you end up playing a team 3 times in a year.
Right.
And that's not going to happen with these semifinalists. It could happen with some teams they played earlier, but...
Chris Lewis, that's Marco Parisi trying to get it. Now he goes down. Free kick for Notre Dame. Parisi slow to get up. Mentioned him at the top of the broadcast.
Yep, first game back.
Key player for Jeff Fisher's squad. Haven't said his name much today, but he has been in the action in the midfield. Landon Hainish will take this free kick. Knocked forward, crashing into the boxes. A trio of Notre Dame players. Kaplan's able to come out with it. And he'll take this one quickly. Not much on that punt. Gets it to midfield. Matthews can't get a healthy touch. Lynch gets around one defender.
Here he goes.
Still just trying to do it. Some acrobatics there.
I mean, the way he's playing tonight, every time he gets the ball on his foot or his head, he's like, you're waiting for something to happen.
I'm going to say this and preface this by saying I'm not comparing Will Lynch to Pele. But as Lynch with the ball at his feet, still in the box, keeps going. Will Lynch with the spin and turn, and Kaplan has to knock it away. I'll try to get my point in here if Notre Dame doesn't stop. But as I was saying, it really does remind me of watching Pele highlights back in the 50s and 60s where he was just levels better than everybody else on the field. And it's just weaving his way in and out of defenders, making him look so easy like he's playing a video game.
Yeah, that is what it's looked like a lot today.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please look up a Pele highlight on YouTube and you'll see exactly what I mean. Very comparable here between Will Lynch, the way they're playing. Under 9 minutes left to go here. Still 2-0 lead for Notre Dame. They continue to put the pressure on, not letting up. Nico Matthews in the middle of the field now. Parisi, right? Ravens trying to pick up a attack. Chris Lewis with a cross into the top of the box. Falls for Grippo with a left-footed shot, but he can't get a lot on it, and it goes into the side netting. Two-0 lead from the Notre Dame Irish over the Robbinsville Ravens. Spot in the CVC championship game Saturday afternoon against Princeton on the line. There's a win here for the Irish, and racing forward is that's Landon Hainish. Hainish stepping back, still battling for it. Another Ravens defender comes in and knocks it forward.
Whoa.
And an Irish player goes down on the far side. At midfield will be a Robbinsville throw-in, taking quickly. Ravens got to find their first goal soon. Ravens with possession in the middle of the park. Chris Lewis now trying to find space. Plays it ahead for Grippa, but too much on that one. Read nicely by Merloose, and he'll cover up. Under 7 to go in the second half.
But Notre Dame, I mean, we keep talking about Will Lynch, but Notre Dame, when it's had to, has really defended well.
Will Lynch in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously both of us haven't watched every Notre Dame game this season, but you got to think this is one of their better games this year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen 2, and the other one. Did you do that Notre Dame game with me?
I did the Steiner game with you, yes.
We saw them there. They didn't look like the same team.
Steiner with that 1-0 win late on a Tyler Taffero goal in that game.
I shouldn't say that. They did have their opportunities. It wasn't like they were, they weren't dominated like they have dominated this game.
Correct. Yeah, Notre Dame's been all over Robbinsville. And by the looks of it, you wouldn't think that the Ravens are the number 5 ranked team in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Of course, this won't be the end of the line for the Ravens if they're unable to come back. So they'll gear up for the Central Jersey Group 2 tournament in a couple weeks. They do have a game scheduled next week against North Brunswick. It's the same day as the state tournament selections on October 30th.
So they look too at this Robbinsville squad. They got like 4 or 5 juniors that are in that starting lineup. So Notre Dame is they're I wouldn't say senior top heavy, but they've let's see, their starters.
Notre Dame has 5 seniors total on their roster, so
so they're not,
it's a young squad.
They got junior, Javik's a junior, Angelino is a junior, Hanish is a junior, both of these teams look pretty good for the future as well.
Ball rolls out of play. Clock will stop with 4:51 left.
Now they both lose very key players.
Yeah, Lynch will be gone.
And
Bustamante also a key player for Notre Dame. He'll be gone, as well as Baricelli.
Kaplan will be gone, and let's see, Grippa will be gone. These are big time players.
Notre Dame player is down on the far side, so we got a stoppage in play here.
Now I'm starting to think I can leave you now, and what happened last time when we were up in the press box.
Yes, that was our discussion pregame for our Steiner Robbinsville game about a month ago. Fish went down with a 1-0 lead for Steiner, and then Robbinsville got the equalizer with about 2 minutes left.
Yep. 1:21 to be exact.
Yeah.
And I said, should I go back up to the press box? Or I said, if I do, they'll probably score right away. And I stayed down there, and you had to do all 20 minutes of overtime by yourself. So forgive me for that.
No worries, Fish. I got plenty of solo broadcasts under my belt. I'm trying to do my best Vin Scully impression.
There you go.
Notre Dame player remains down, being tended to on the far side. Couldn't see what the number was there, but trying to get that for you when he's up. 4:51 left to go. It's a 2-0 lead for the Irish. Today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Animal Shelter. If you're looking for a loving pet to add to your family, consider visiting the Hamilton Township Animal Shelter at 2100 Sylvan Avenue. The experienced shelter staff will do their best to match you with a companion that is a good fit for you and your family and lifestyle. The shelter has cats and dogs available, and sometimes smaller pets like rabbits, birds, and reptiles. Not ready to adopt but want to help the animals? There are volunteer and fostering opportunities available. The Hamilton Animal Shelter is open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Thursdays till 7 p.m., closed Sundays. And view their adoptable pets at HamiltonNJ.com/animal shelter, and also learn about volunteer and foster programs at HamiltonNJ.com/animal shelter. The shelter is at 2100 Sylvan Avenue off South Olden Avenue.
Still cannot see who that is for Notre Dame. They had to help him off.
And it looks like he's still just there on the side being tended to near the bench.
Yeah.
Trying to get that number for you when we can. Play resumes here under 5 to go. Robbinsville needs something here. Could make things interesting with a goal. But Notre Dame looking likely to advance to the championship game.
Yeah, I'm making the 3-minute mark my cutoff.
All right, Fish, we'll see.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Robbinsville can't score 2 goals in 3 minutes. Not that it doesn't happen.
Free kick knocked forward by Notre Dame. Kaplan collects as Ercolano goes down. And Ercolano now needs to be stretched down. Another stoppage of play.
Up he gets.
Good sportsmanship there from a Raven trying to help him out.
Nice effort tonight by the Barber tag team with our producing.
Yes, big thank you to our whole crew.
Everything go all right?
The live button's still on, Fish, so I think we're all right.
Okay. Mackay Gundy. Where's Mackay? Up on the roof?
He's up top. Yeah, he's a lone wolf up there. Bodies go down. Caden O'Rourke and Nico Matthews. Robbinsville here, still searching for their first goal. Ravens weaving back in and out. There's a chance for Grippa, but he loses it.
Look out. Oh.
Chance right in front of him. Merloose is able to collect. Really the only time he's been tested here in the second half, and he's slow to get up.
I don't know, was that a shot or a cross? It's hard to tell.
Merloose hunched over for a moment, but he'll collect himself and punt this ahead.
Well, that might have been the one to get Robbinsville back in it.
Ball lost in the middle of the field, knocked forward. And that'll play. It'll be a Robbinsville throw.
Hand me my dinner there, pal. That I never ate.
And there goes the 3-minute mark. So off goes Rich Fisher.
Heading down.
All right, Fish. Take care. Appreciate it as always.
Good job, Andrew.
Thank you. You as well. As we'll wind down this broadcast solo here. Fish has to tend to his Trentonian duties. And no doubt he'll be talking to a couple of Notre Dame players and probably the head coach as well, Brian Fisher, in what's probably going to be their biggest win of the year to this point for the Notre Dame Irish. They'll advance to 16-5 on the year, and they'll have a chance to grab some conference hardware in the CVC title game on Saturday against Princeton. We'll have that action for you right here on the WBCB Sports Network at 2 o'clock kickoff Saturday afternoon. And that'll, of course, be followed by the girls' CVC title game. Allentown and Hopewell Valley will square off in that one. That game coming shortly after the boys' title game at 2 o'clock. So the Irish less than 2 minutes away from advancing. The Ravens will have to regroup here and get set for the Central Jersey Group 2 state tournament. First loss of the year for the Ravens. They'll drop to 15-1-2. And they probably needed a win and then another one on Saturday in the title game to jump Cinnaminson in the Group 2 PowerPoint. So they'll likely remain the 2 seed. Of course, the state tournament selections coming next week on October 30th. As we hit 1 minute remaining here, Robbinsville still looking for a goal. There's a shot here, a left-footed shot. Merloose gives it a dive, but it was a well-passed frame. And the Irish will take their time and see the clock continue to wind down here. Huge win for Notre Dame. And Brian Fisher Again, we'll get some bragging rights over his brother Jeff. It was Jeff and Robbinsville with the wins in each of the last 2 contests between these 2 programs. And this one, I guess you could say, means a little more as the conference semifinal goes the way to Brian Fisher and Notre Dame as the clock clicks down to 10 seconds left. And roll out of play, and that'll be the final action for this one as the Notre Dame patrons get up and celebrate as the Irish have clinched a spot in the inaugural CVC boys soccer title game on Saturday. A 2-0 win for the Irish over the Ravens of Robbinsville, a massive upset as the Ravens, the number 5 ranked team in the NJ.com top 20 poll, drops their first game of the season. They go to 15-1-2. And the Notre Dame Irish, led by Will Lynch, and a second goal from Tyler Javik, grabs a 2-0 win here. Their 16th win of the season. And they will head on to face the number 2 seeded Princeton Tigers in Saturday's CVC title game at 2 o'clock right here on the WBCB Sports Network. And that'll do it for us here at Hopewell Valley High School. For our entire crew, our cameraman Makai Gundy, our video engineer Elena Taggart, and of course Gus Barber from our first game, and our color commentator Rich Fisher, I'm Andrew Myers, signing off tonight from Ackerson Field in Hopewell Valley. Once again, your final score, the Notre Dame Irish 2, the Robbinsville Ravens 0. This has been the latest edition of High School